Preview. You're listening to The Sizzle on Iron Skillet Radio and Iron Skillet Television.
You know who it is. You know what it is. It's The Sizzle here in the building. You know who's in the building. He's J Sizzle. I'm G Sizzle. We are The Sizzle. We are the hottest talk in sports. We are the hottest talk in the 219. We are the hottest talk anywhere on the planet. That's how, yes, on the planet. You can't find any hotter talk on the planet. And if you do, they're probably not, they're not even human. No. They're AT aliens. They're not from around here. They're from a different planet, and they are not talking sports like we talk sports. No, they're not. So before we get ready to get started, I have to say one thing. It's time just to make a quick announcement. If you have not liked, subscribed, and shared to The Sizzle, please feel free to do so. Make sure you hit the button. Make sure you hit the thumbs up and hit the subscribe button so that you get new notification. And remember, this month and moving into the future, we are putting up all retro shows. That's right. We're going to do a retrospective of 2021 starting this month. We're going to have every show replayed, you know, all of our podcasts. So if you sign on and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, you can hear old shows that will probably be new shows if you haven't heard them. So there'll be new shows. Don't worry about it. Just sign up, like, subscribe, and you'll get all of the content so that you'll be able to hear what's going on with The Sizzle. But with that said, Jay, I know you're ready. I'm ready. Let's get ready to do the Hot 5 in 5. All right, party people, you know what we come to do. We always give you the Hot 5 in 5. Listen, here's how it goes. The Hot 5 in 5, the hottest topics, the hottest 5 topics going on in sports right now. We break them down in less than 5 minutes because we do rapid fire. We give it to you quick, we give it to you bold, and we give it to you cold. All right, number 1 on the Hot 5 in 5, Chicago Cubs president says that the club needs to be sellers. That's right. Things have changed. A lot's changed in the past 11 days, and it's changed when they went on an 11-game losing streak. So they went from being buyers to sellers, and now the Cubs are saying, hey, we've got for rent signs. All you have to do is come out and get some. So make sure if you're looking for a Cubs player, you go to the Cubs right now. Number 2 on the Hot 5 in 5. Chicago White Sox outfielder Billy Hamilton probably made the best catch of the season, maybe the greatest catch of Chicago history. We don't really know yet, but we do know his full extension catch helped the White Sox sweep out, well, not sweep out, because I guess if you lose a game, you couldn't sweep out, but it helped them to beat up the Minnesota Twins, which is always a good thing. Yeah, well, beat them with a broom. So even if you don't sweep, you can get beat with a broom. Beat that team with a broom. Beat that team with a broom. Number 3 on the Hot 5 in 5. Sha'Carri Richardson might be the winner after all, Jay. Listen, we all know. They've weighed in. They said, hey, you know, it's not right. Rules are rules. And if you're going to smoke, make sure you do it at least 40 days before an event. Don't smoke 30 days before the event. So, hey. But with rising numbers, even the percentage of going up to almost 35% in the rise of number of cases in Tokyo right now of the COVID, maybe Sha'Carri Richardson has lucked out and won't be in COVID Central at the Olympics. We don't know. Jay, I know this is close to your heart, but number 4 on the Hot 5 in 5 is the rapper, the Know Ya King. Juvenile has reworked his classic hit, Back That Thang Up, and now he wants you to go out there and be a pro-vaccination advocate. He has a new song out there, new movement, and he wants you to vax that thing up. You know, you're a big fine woman.
He's ready to go double aluminum on that one.
That's all right. All you have to do is back that thing up to some vaccination center and get that thing vaxxed up. And number 5 on the Hot 5 in 5 is the story that seems to not go anywhere. It just keeps coming and keeps coming. It's kind of like watching a Nelly video with strippers. They just keep coming and they keep coming. It is the story that
Wow. What kind of turn was that?
It was a turn and it went right. It went left. It went right to you, baby. Now, the National Association of Black Journalists are outraged after what's been going on at ESPN. So now they want to talk to ESPN and demand a meeting with Disney right now and the ESPN execs over this whole Rachel Nichols situation. It's gotten out of control. It keeps getting out of control. And that is your hot 5 in 5.
Yeah, better watch where you tread on that one. Get everybody fired.
Yeah, that's the thing now.
It looked like Sports Center back. It looked like Sports Center back in 1980.
So the only thing we cover is hockey.
Dan Patrick.
Right, we cover hockey and field tennis. That's all we cover. That is it now. Hey, sometimes it works like that. Sometimes. But hey, Jay, I got to give you a big shout out, man. Big shout out to your boy, Tom Brady, TB12. And I got to give a shout out to Tampa Bay. The Tampa Bay Lightnings, now the 2-time Stanley Cup champs, haven't been done since the 2015 Chicago Blackhawks. So big shout out to them. You know, it's been a big year for Tampa Bay. They got a football championship. Yeah. They got a baseball championship somewhere close. They've got now a hockey championship. All they need right now is to get probably a soccer championship, and then they'll have the trifecta.
I think they already got the trifecta, don't they?
I think because the trifecta is 3, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. So they won baseball at one point in time, and football, and now hockey. Okay. So what's a quadrifecta?
Ha! It's a 4-fecta. Oh, a 4-fecta, baby. And you know what else is a 4-fecta? Actually going into the Sun Valley, the Valley of the Sun Valley, the new epicenter of baseball. All right, Jay. So we're watching the WNBA finals, and we're watching game 2. Now, just as we've seen before, home cooking's been great for people, right?
Wow, man, you know what? It's amazing how great these girls look now. That WNBA, they look like, they're 7'1", and they could jump out the gym like that. The WNBA finals was being played today. I don't know. That was great.
Did I say WNBA?
I didn't know that. Dude, I thought I didn't know the ladies could get up like that. They had a couple of them running around looking like Chris Paul. I don't know if that's great. Maybe that was Cliff Arena Paul out there playing. Maybe
it was WNBA sponsorship day. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm talking about. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. It's the NBA. It's Chris Paul. It was Devin Booker, and maybe somebody from the WNBA. They were there. Whoa, well, yeah.
I mean, the Bucks would take anybody right now.
Well, they did have Dwayne Wade's coat. It looked like it was a WNBA coat.
What was that hat he was wearing? He had like a hat with some palm trees hanging off there. What was the meaning behind that?
I guess it was 2 palms. I don't know. Maybe that's his new rap album.
Wow.
2 palms. That could be it. I think.
Palms.
Yep, that's it. He was there to do his job.
Everyone has to do their job. Do your job.
Well, I tell you who did do their job. Let me re-rack it. Let me restate it. It was the WNBA Finals, Game 2. Suns.
Wow, they're still playing? The women are still playing in the WNBA Finals?
I just keep doing it. You know what? I just love the WNBA. I just love the NBA. I don't care what you say. I love the WNBA.
Hey, I love how the Milwaukee Buckets were against you.
Okay, watch it.
I love how they were playing that drop.
Watch it. They were playing that drop coverage. Mm-hmm.
They were playing that drop coverage. Love how they were playing that. The girls look fantastic. They were playing their hearts out.
What would you call
Want to try that again for a third time on the opening?
No, I'm gonna say it. I'll do it again. Fine, I'll do it again. I'll do it from the top.
Yeah, Yasmin. One more time.
All right, from the top.
We're actually starting the show right now. From the top. Here we go.
All right, well, here we go. NBA Finals. Okay. Suns, Bucks. Not the Buccarinas, not the Sunettes, but it was the NBA. Almost got you. NBA Game 2 of the Finals, where the Suns came and they held court. They did what they were supposed to do. So how can you get mad about them doing what they were supposed to do, which is go out and win home court and keep home court? And now the Bucks have to go back to Milwaukee and buck them up.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
They can't buck them up?
The Bucks were playing the best game they could play. No. The Bucks were playing the best game they could play.
Even with history on the line, they can't do it?
They played the best game. Remember that first half of that first quarter?
Mm-hmm.
It looked like the Bucks had this all figured out, how they were going to defense Chris Paul, how they were going to bully him around, how they were going to get Devin. They were playing fantastic. The Suns had not went through the free throw line. They stopped doing that. Drew Holiday was bullying people around. Man, they looked great. And then we looked up at the end of the first quarter. The Bucks were only up by 3.
Yeah. And shout out to Devin Booker. He's there for the pretty man brigade. He was getting bullied up and still doing his thing. So I give credit to somebody like that.
That was the best the Bucks could play, and they couldn't get away from Phoenix. This is a problem. You might be pulling some brooms out.
Let me ask you this.
This was it right here.
I heard someone say it. I know, we hear a lot of crosstalk, but
yeah.
Is Giannis out there playing with no help? Is that's what's going on right now? Giannis is playing out there with no help at all.
Hey, here's the problem. You got the Olympians who have dropped the torch.
I
Drew
like
Holiday
that.
has to get it going. He's got to get it going and sustain it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Chris Middleton, what are we doing? Why did we go away from what they started off and they start playing bully ball early? Mm-hmm. It was because the Phoenix Suns shot them out of that bully ball.
Okay.
You want to play 2 points possession? We're going to get 3. And they sat outside and they shot 3-pointers on them. I want to say it was 20 or 21 or 22 in this game compared to like 7 or 8 for the Bucks. The Bucks did not have an answer for this offensive explosion that they knew what was coming. They could not produce enough points. And you saw the activity of a Drew Holiday. You saw the activity of a Chris Middleton early, but it couldn't be sustained throughout the game. And that's why you saw in the second half, this Milwaukee Bucks team basically ground to a halt. Mm-hmm. If it was not for Giannis, I don't know how Giannis is doing what he's doing, but if it wasn't for him, this could have been another 20-point blowout. There's not an answer. They don't have an answer. They don't have DiVincenzo's not there, who would be a great help for them. Plus, it will help spread that floor a little bit. They don't have an answer for this right now. They know they don't have an answer. And Chris Paul orchestrating this team who is really designed around their guards, and he just developed their big man. And I'm gonna tell you what was weird today. You saw DeAndre Ayton not have a great ball game, not have a great rebounded ball game, but still was effective. They still got him involved in the game. You can't say the same for Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton. They have to be more involved in this game. They got to take on the scoring load. Giannis went for over 40, and you still lost by what, 10?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, you didn't get Brooke Lopez in it. You didn't get Bobby Portis in it. And as you said, Ayton didn't have a great game, but he still had a double-double. You gave up extremely too many points to secondary players. I mean, Chris Paul's going to do his thing, and you know that Booker's going to do his thing. But when you're giving up points to side pieces. When you giving up points to side pieces.
Had 13 by the half. It's like, why? Nobody can stop Mikal Bridges? Is this the secret sauce? Let's
go back to that same quote that was made by an NBA pundit that, Chris Middleton is Batman. All right, well.
No, I don't even say he's Batman. He ain't Batman. There's no way he's Batman.
He's kind of like Aquaman. No, no.
Batman's got a utility belt. For whatever the situation is, Batman's got something on that utility belt that's going to help figure it out. I remember one time, I think the Riddler, way back in the 70s when Batman was on, we used to turn the stage sideways when it go bam and pow. They used to put that up on the screen. Mm-hmm. And the Riddler had left some alphabet soup out there with a decipher in there. And Batman pulled out his alphabet soup decoder. You understand what I'm saying? And found out what the message was inside the bowl of soup. Chris Middleton ain't got that. They don't have an idea. They can't figure out how to stop Mikal Bridges. Why does Mikal Bridges have 13?
Here's the killing part.
Why?
They keep losing players. Darko Saric is now out. For the whole series.
Yeah.
You got another player who went down tonight. They keep losing players and they keep running cats out on that court that you don't even know are there. Next, you know who's going to show up next? Tyson Chandler. He's going to come off the bench at some point. You're just going to start seeing people. Yeah, I mean, this is getting silly now. But the question is, Jay, can the Bucks go home and flip the script? Can they go home, bully ball up? Can they beat them up enough to make it a 2-2 tie coming back to Sun Valley?
This was Custer's last stand at Little Bighorn, Bull Run, Pork Chop Hill, wherever. They needed this game to have a chance to win this championship. Because you saw Giannis, who knows how long Giannis is going to be able to go on this way at this clip that he's playing at right now. I don't know what super juice they're giving him. I don't know if he's drinking the nectar of a uruba root along with butterfly tongue sprinkled in or something. I don't know what he's doing. But for him to be playing at this level that he's playing at, defensive-wise and offensive-wise, 40-plus points, and they're still losing, they're wasting this. They needed this ball game. And now since they didn't get this ball game, what happens now when you get a Giannis who just gives you a paltry 30? Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, who can't go full tilt? Mm-hmm. Can't he depend on Drew Holiday? Can he depend on Middleton? Can he depend on Tucker? Apparently not. Because these guys, again, this game was close enough to win, and they just found a way not to do it. So it's I don't know, but this was their best shot. They looked the best that I thought they've looked in a long time, including some other series, and they still couldn't get it done.
Okay, let me ask you this question. All jokes aside, do you really see the Suns as a powerhouse moving forward? Are you convinced that they're going to hold place going forward from this point?
I see the Suns right now that have decided that they're going to be the best pick and roll team we've ever seen.
Okay.
That you've got two guys right now who can run the pick and roll, that they can space the floor, and your bigs can't keep up with our guys. Did you see that one play where they had about 8 or 9 passes? Mm-hmm. 8 or 9 passes where and then they got the shot inside for the layup. This is just a team who's designed to beat a team like the Bucks, because the Bucks are a team who's going to defend the paint, and the Suns are a team who don't care. They're not trying to go into the paint. This DeAndre Ayton rolling to the basket, this is some more new stuff going on here. This pick and roll where he's just diving and there's nothing they could do about it, this is new stuff. but they live out around the arc. They live in the mid range, and so now you got the team that you can pick your poison. They can give it to you how you want to give it. You want to play some bully ball, okay? Because if you come out there and bully on us, that means you got to come up and body up on us. If you body up on us, that means you're going to have the floor is going to be spaced out. Mm-hmm. You're going to pick me up at the half court, okay? Now we're going to play 3 against your 4 because you're going to pack somebody into the lane. So that means you're not coming out there to defend. Mm-hmm. And so now we're going to have a guy open on the 3-point line. And since we're going to have a guy open on the 3-point line, we're going to find one, and our guys are going to shoot that ball. I mean, you like Crowder shooting it with impunity. You got Johnson shooting it with impunity. Mikal Bridges shooting it with impunity. They got the green light. They're going to let it fly. And if it starts falling, tonight it wasn't falling early, and they still were within striking distance. Mm-hmm. Still, it's just I don't see what the Bucks can do because I don't see the Bucks have an answer. I mean, they played at full tilt today. This is about the best they're going to play, except without their other two coming forward and playing big time for them. And this is about as best as it's going to get. I don't know. I think it's going to get even worse when they get to Milwaukee.
Okay, so I heard another rumor out in these streets. Heard a rumor that Dame Dollar now is on the trading block. Now, he says, you haven't heard me say that, but the rumor mill, where there is smoke, there's been a sizzle. So that means there's fire somewhere, Jack. Yeah. So I got an idea. Jay. Here we go. All right. Here we go. Oh, yeah. The Bulls package up their first round picks for the next 7 seasons. Now, I don't care how you do it. It can be 7 seasons, and you send Kobe White, you send Patrick Williams, and you send them Thad Young because you got to get some fillers. So you send them all these players. You go get Dame Dollar. Okay, he'll make you holler. Then you put Dame Dollar at the point with Zach now who can play off the ball. He can come off pin downs. He can come off screen and roll. He can do whatever you want him to do. And you got a center of 4-5 hybrid who likes to play out on the perimeter, not there in the post, but he can play in the post. Very skilled there. And then you just fill the rest of the roster with athletic 4s and with 3s who can defend. You can find them somewhere. There are cats around this league. They're 6'7", 6'9". They can defend somebody. And now you have a Bulls team that's ready to beat the Bucks. How about that, Jay? How about that?
Yeah, well, is Tattoo coming out? Is the plane, boss?
This is not on Fantasy Island, my friend. No, this is not the history of sitcoms. That will be on CNN this weekend. I will be watching that, but I'm telling you, that has probably no chance of working. But it sounds good in my head that because outside of Dame Dollar, I don't see any other point guard that the Bulls can pick up that would be beneficial right now for them to even be in the position to say they're going to go anywhere.
But why would anybody come though?
Oh, nobody's coming.
Though. I mean, you don't.
No, nobody's.
You don't have anything here that's attractive. The only reason why Chris Paul went to the Suns was because of what they did in the bubble, and he saw Devin Booker. He saw what they had. A piece here, a piece there. He figured out what DeAndre Ayton did. He could get him to be that pick and roll big because of his athleticism and his willingness to learn, and because he's a young guy and he still has energy to run the floor. Chris Paul saw what he was able to mold his team into what he wanted them to be, and now you see what this is coming out as right now. So this is a ball club who's really designed around the elbow. Mm-hmm. This team is designed on a snake cut. This team is designed on cutting across the lane and stopping at the elbows and shooting that little jumper. When you're going to switch or when you're going to go ahead and drop that big down below because you're trying to cover what's attacking from the backside, this team is designed to beat you. And the Milwaukee Bucks, because you have a Brook Lopez who can't come out and guard out on the perimeter. We've seen that because they take advantage of that. So it's just a team that's ready to win, to beat this type of team. Would they have had, I mean, let's look at them. I don't even know if they could have been able to match up with the Lakers that was fully ready to go. If you had AD and everybody ready to go, I don't know if you'd been able to do that. But if you look and see how they're playing Giannis right now, they're letting Giannis get his for the most part, and they're just saying the rest of y'all ain't going to get nothing. And that's basically, we'll give you 40 Giannis, you go do that, but you're not enough to beat us by yourself. You're not going to score 80 by yourself.
Well, I mean, that is it. That is really, that's where everything is right now. And you had said it last show or 2 shows ago, even before we got ready to do a reaction, you had already forecasted what this game was going to look like. Yeah. And unfortunately, it might be a lot of the same when they get back to Milwaukee. Now, will I be surprised if they win game 3? Maybe they pull one of those games out, but this isn't looking good. It's not looking good for the way that, even if you try and I guess look at what happened with the Clippers as an indicator where this could go, this still is looking bad.
Well, the issue is now you go home and say all of a sudden now, today you played great in the first quarter. You were only up by 3, right? I mean, they were, look how great they're playing. Oh, my God. The bully ball. And you're only up by 3. What happens when you go home and it doesn't necessarily work out that way? Because you don't think the Suns are going to figure something out going, okay, y'all want to play us like this, we'll do our thing a little bit differently now. And all of a sudden now, let's flip it around. Now let's say they're down by 7 or 8 in the first quarter at home. Pressure bursts pipes. And all of a sudden now you got guys pressing. Now you got guys trying to do too much. Because here's the thing that we haven't even talked about yet. The Phoenix Suns shot very few free throws today. The Bucks played excellent defense without fouling. What happens when they start pressing? You start putting Phoenix to the line, and you start giving them up 3 points because you got beat by a team that didn't even shoot that many free throws today. It wasn't like they went 24 for 25 today. So and you still couldn't beat them, and you kept them off the free throw line. This is the problem.
Right. Well, to that point, I will say this: Mikal Bridges had the right to wear the yellow sneakers. Look nice. You look nice. You play nice. Maybe Patrick Williams, you'll learn that if you put on lime green, maybe you need to switch to a new color to help you understand that you're going to need to have pretty feet to play a pretty game. So that's where I'll leave it. You have to have pretty feet to play a pretty game, because if not, you're going to be kind of lame. See?
You need to. That's pretty good. Yeah. You need to get on a yellow brick road and hobble down there and go see what the 10 man is looking for.
He needs to go and play with some real players. Do like my man, do like Justin Fields. Go out, get your crew together, go out and practice with Deshaun Watson and with Love. You go take some of the premier players and you go and work out with them this summer. Go do something, man.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so. But what year is this for him now? Are we going to year 3?
No, this is just year 1. He just finished his rookie year.
I was so hoping we run the 3rd year. We can get his contract will be up. But anyway, okay, sorry.
All right, we gotta go because you've gotten delirious. That's what it is. You've gotten delirious. All right, you know who it is. You know what it is. It's the Sizzle here on Iron Skillet Radio, Iron Skillet Television. We are the hottest sports talk in the region, in the world, anywhere on your dial. And let me say this, in a somber mode, I want to dedicate this show to a special person. I want to send this show out to my man and to my brother-in-law, Lewis Jackson, who passed. Blessings to my sister Shamika and the rest of the family. This has been a rough season, the past 2 years. COVID has affected so many lives and so many people, so many families. And so we just wanted to continue to pray for the best for our listeners and those who are watching, be healthy, be safe. And if you need to get vaccinated, then go ahead, in the great words of Juvenile, and Vax That Thing Up, and just go ahead and get the shot. It's better to be safe than sorry, because you never know what may come on the horizon. So,
absolutely.
With that said, you know who it is. You know what it is. This is the Sizzle here on Iron Skillet Radio, Iron Skillet Television. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and share. And we will see you on the next episode, because we will see you on the other side.
Make sure that you follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Iron Skillet Sports. And remember to like, share, and subscribe to Iron Skillet Sports on YouTube at Iron Skillet Sports.